What's good, you guys? We're back with another video. And today we have another episode of A Day on the Hardwood. And we're just going to talk about all the playoff games that happened today. It was a great game. It was a great day of basketball. Like, wow, a lot of really good games. I got to watch the last three for real. The first one I didn't get to watch a lot, but I'm going to talk about this Bucks Heat game very shortly and briefly because I didn't really watch the full game. All I got to say is, Giannis, make your free throws and don't get a 10-second violation on your free throws. Although you won, Chris Middleton is showing the world what you're built of, and PJ Tucker is a very underrated pickup. Jimmy Butler, you have to shoot better, even though you made that big shot to take you there. You got to finish it. And Duncan Robinson, keep doing what you did in this game. You shot 7 for 13 from 3. That's exactly what they need from you. And you haven't been shooting great this year, but he's been shooting decent, and he showed his value in this game. Now let's get to my favorite game. As you can see, right there, the Dallas Mavs with the first game, and we get a dub, man. And I know on Twitter it's gonna be more, oh, the Clippers lost more than, oh, the Mavs won. It's gonna be more, oh, Pandemic P, more than, oh, Tim Hardaway's like that and Luka's like that and Dorian Finney-Smith was really good. It's gonna be more of hate than love to the Mavs, and I don't know how that makes me feel as a fan of an opposing team, because obviously I'm gonna let y'all hate on playoff P. I mean, I'm not the biggest fan, but I wouldn't consider myself a hater. I like Paul George. I mean, he's a decent player. I feel like he's kind of misunderstood at times because he's had some bad moments, but he's a good player overall. But there's gonna be more hate to him and Kawhi, mostly Paul George, than love to Luka, and I don't know how that makes me feel. And it's kind of weird because it's gonna be like, if they lose, they're gonna be like, oh, they lost to the Mavs. Well, the Mavs are a good team. That's how I feel. I'm like, the Mavs are a good team though. It's not like a slouch to lose to the Mavs. That's just me though. But for the outside world, for the world opinion, it's gonna be like a super big disappointment if they lose, and I feel like the Mavs will win. Mavs in 7, like I said in my predictions before the series started. Now let's talk about some good things from the Mavericks. Luka Doncic played good, which this may be a perspective of, like, this may be weird for me to say, but I just expect that from Luka, man. I really expect 25 points at least from Luka every single game, and that's what you have to do to win. I don't know. That may be something that I have to get over, and I'm not going to have this great player like Luka forever in life, but right now I expect at least 25 and 10 from Luka every single game. That's what I expect. I don't know. And he dropped 30 today. Tim Hardaway Jr. was great in this game. I can't fathom that enough. He was really good. Dorian Finney-Smith with a lot of clutch threes and playing decent defense on whichever matchup he had when Maxi Kleber was out. He was on Leonard a little bit. He was on Paul George for most of the game, and I feel like he did a decent job on both of those players. Although we did win, Maxi Kleber, don't let that happen again. You know what I'm talking about. Don't let that happen again. That's unacceptable. I ain't gonna lie to you. Anyway, let's get to the Clippers side of things. Rajon Rondo has some really good minutes. Just want to start out first. Rajon Rondo showed his value of being a really good playoff player. Patrick Beverley did decent in the minutes that he's playing. He's starting, but he's not playing a lot since Rajon Rondo's coming off the bench. And I played a playoff Rondo over Patrick Beverley as well. Paul George played really bad in the first half, but played decent in the second half. And that was the reason why they had a chance to win it at the end. And Kawhi Leonard, he had 26 and 10, but it's something about Kawhi Leonard. Sometimes it just doesn't feel like he got that impact. Maybe it's because he's so low key and stuff like that. But sometimes he had 26 and 10, but I don't know. It's just something about him. Maybe it's just how he goes about things. Now let's get to the second game I watched. The third game of the day. The second game I watched. It's the Nets versus Celtics, and this is the game of underplayed team with the Boston Celtics with no Jaylen Brown. They just don't have enough talent, man. They played hard. They shot the three super well in the first half. Marcus Smart was shooting it really well. Tatum was shooting it decently. But in the second half, man, he couldn't hit anything. What I want to say about Robert Williams is he should get way more minutes in the second game. Although it may not matter and they still may get swept during 5. He should get way more minutes, having 8 blocks, I think, in this game. That's insane, bruh. Like, he needs to play more. I should see very little Tristan Thompson minutes. Tristan Thompson sucks. Don't put him in the game, bro. Like, Williams is a better defender, a better rim protector at the rim. He showed flashes of not just turning the ball over and being a okay passer out of the post, just being able to divide the ball. You know what I'm saying? And Kemba Walker, Charge King. Now, so, out of nowhere, it seems like Charge King, and I think he has to play better throughout the whole entire game. He kind of played decent at the very end of the game and decent at the beginning of the game, but in the middle, gotta play better. Jason Tatum, same thing. He played good in the first half, but I think at some point him and Kemba Walker only have 4 field goals in the second half, and it was like very deep into the fourth quarter. That can't happen if they want to win a game. Now let's get to the next set of things. I was watching this game and the Celtics were up, and I was never nervous at all. I was never like, the Celtics may lose. That never crossed my mind. Like, that's how good they are. KD, Kyrie, and Harden. And Harden is showing that he can be that real for real playmaker, bro. Like, seriously, he can be like an actual good playmaker. And I'm not saying that he's never been he's always been a great playmaker, but he's really sharing the ball. Like, he's maybe passing a little bit too much, and maybe he's just trying to integrate himself back in. He may score a little bit more, but he passed up a lot of open threes, like really getting people involved, and I love to see that. Kevin Durant, 32 points. He had a couple like air balls, like weird misses, but he played decent for the most of the game. And Kyrie gonna do what Kyrie does, man. He broke Evan Fournier, had 29 points, and it really looks like James Harden's the point guard, Kyrie's the shooting guard, and that's how it really should be. Although it looks like it should be flipped because of size and like how they came in, but that's really how they should be. Kyrie's he wants to score. He don't really want to pass. James Harden is a willing passer. He's always been a willing passer, but he's hit like overpassing, and maybe that's what he has to be for this to work. Maybe that is. He still had 20 points today because off of free throws as well, but still, he can score 30 if he wants to, and everybody knows that. Let's talk about some of the role players. Jeff Green played decent defense on Jason Tatum when he had to, and I really like that from him. Blake Griffin had some okay minutes. Joe Harris, he played. The role players played. All the role players played all right, but it was really the big three showing what they really could do today, and I really love to see that. Now let's get into this last game, man. And I really wanted the Nuggets to win this game because it would have focused on the fact of how bad Terry Stotts' game plan was for Nikola Jokic. It seemed like somebody was always on the island with that man. Then he ended with 34 points, 15 and 1. He only had 1 assist for some reason. That never happens. But he was literally always on the island with somebody. That should never happen. We should be doubling him, making him get rid of the ball. They was just letting him back down, you know. Like he's not that dude, you know what I'm saying? But they ended up pulling away without Damian Lillard on the court, and then the Nuggets came back without Jokic on the court. And went to 4, and Dame came back in and took it back all the way out. Anthony Simons had some really, really good minutes. Yusuf Nurkic, as Jokic looked like kind of nonchalant when he came back in the game at the 5-6 minute mark. After that's another thing. Mike Malone, you can't have Nikola Jokic out that long. You can't. He needs to be in maybe at the 8-9 minute mark. You can't have him out that long. Even though Dame wasn't out either, you can't have him out that long. So that's another thing you have to work on. And I really, just for that one reason, I just wanted Terry Stotts to, I just wanted people to really, see that, and, yeah, Terry Stotts, you have to do better, and he still has to do better in the second game for that, because if he doesn't, they're gonna win that game, bro. Damian Lillard just played insane today, bro. He really played well. Carmelo Anthony, man, in that first half, bro, he was going insane. In that first half, he looked like the best player in the game, and the game consisted of Damian Lillard and Nikola Jokic, and he looked like the best player. So that was really, 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 really cool to see. Vintage Melo, who was getting booed for some reason. What is that about, Denver fans? Oh, weird for that. Oh, weirdo. Marcus Howard, I love to see the success from him in this game. He played really good. It's interesting to see how this bench guard rotation. I'm not sure if Campazzo started. I can't remember if Campazzo started or not. But they kind of have 3 rotational guards, 4 with Monte Morris, Marcus Howard, Campazzo, Austin Rivers, and Monte Morris. And it's kind of interesting to see how they divide those minutes. Marcus Howard could really give you a spark off the bench with his scoring, as he did in college, as he was like a superstar in college. But he's doing it on a smaller level here and really giving a spark to that offense, so he has to do that. And Michael Porter Jr., Dom 2K had a tweet saying, "What's the starting five for your all-chucker team?" And Michael Porter Jr. is at the small forward spot, and he should be the star of that team because every time he touches the ball, he chucks it. He's gonna shoot it. Sometimes he's gonna make it, sometimes he's gonna miss, but it looks stupid sometimes. And like at the end of that game, I think the niggas gotta stop. He came down in transition at the top of the key, pulled it, brick. Could have got a better shot. He's gonna evolve. He's gonna evolve, become a better player in those type of terms. But hey, you gotta give and take with players like that. You know what I'm saying? So that's an interesting thing. Hopefully the Nuggets can win the next game to make this a series, and I hope all these series are really good series. I don't think the Nets one's gonna be, but the other three, I feel like they'll all be really good series. And for tomorrow, the Wizards, Sixers, Jazz, Grizzlies, I really think that's gonna be a good game. I ain't gonna lie to you. Knicks, Hawks, that's gonna be a really good game, and Lakers, Suns. Those I think those should all be good games besides maybe the Wizards Sixers one. So we're gonna have another really good game of really good day of basketball. I think so. I think we're gonna have another really good day of basketball. So be on the lookout for that. I'm gonna be trying to do these daily recaps and also just other NBA YouTube vids on this channel. So if you like this type of content, like and sub on the video if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys next time.